Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another crypto video. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. Today we are going to be discussing something very interesting, that is if Ethereum will overtake the market, basically become the #1 crypto asset and knock Bitcoin off of the #1 spot. Now there is a lot of stuff to really kind of go into depth on this, a lot of prices as well, because we're going to include some price predictions that some people made, but we're going to go into this pretty much as anybody will, and we're going to kind of talk about what's happening in the market overall, kind of analyzing the price charts as well. So let's jump into it first and foremost. So we do see Bitcoin's active addresses fall below Ethereum's after 60% drop in 6 weeks. Ethereum flips Bitcoin by another metric as active addresses plummet. We're seeing here the number of addresses active on Bitcoin network has crashed roughly 60% in the past 6 weeks, from 1.3 million to roughly 500,000. The collapse in activity has seen Ethereum overtake Bitcoin by number of active addresses, with the Ethereum network hosting roughly 200,000 more active wallets than Bitcoin on July 27th. It is the third time this month with Ethereum also having overtaken Bitcoin by the metric June 5th, 2021 and June 6th, 2021. The previous time Ethereum was in the lead was at the beginning of 2017. Now, I just want to say that Ethereum's been overtaking Bitcoin in a lot of things lately. We were actually outperforming it for a little bit of time during this bull run. Now, when we look at the Ethereum and Bitcoin chart, so this is the, we're going to pretty much measure this over here in sats if you guys are new to crypto. Basically, we did top out at about 0.08 sats. Our current all-time high on this chart, this is from back in 2017 and 2018's bull run, is about 0.15, almost 0.16 sats. Now, I do think that we could rally and break this point up here. The reason why I say that is when we talk about Ethereum and we talk about Bitcoin, a lot of people are saying Ethereum to, these astronomical prices. I think the topping point, honestly, for Ethereum this bull run is about 10K. And I know a lot of people are going to say, like, no way or whatever. Listen, I'm not going to spew hopium to you guys. I'm going to shoot it straight, and I think that 10K is pretty much the max point that we get to this bull run. Now, that would still probably bring us up to this about 16 sat level, or 0.16 sat level, I should say. And I think that we will most likely rally above it a little bit, nothing too crazy, but it will basically be the same thing that we've seen from this little price point here to here. It will pretty much be a mimic of it overall. Now, in terms of dominance, because we also have to talk about dominance, because dominance is a big factor here. When we look at the Ethereum dominance right now, it is about 17.82. We did top out a little bit at 20.83. Current all-time high, going back to the 2017 and 2018 bull run. This is pretty much when it got listed, I suppose, or not listed. This is when TradingView pretty much brought it on and calculated it. But basically, we do see 30.8 as being the percentage that it was at its highest point. That is during July of 2017. Now, if we could get back to 30 plus, I mean, that would be astronomical. When we talk about, even for an example, Bitcoin dominance, so, with Bitcoin dominance overall, I don't know why this is not showing. We go to all. Sorry about that. So with Bitcoin dominance overall, we do see it at about 46.3. This low that we had was at about 39.46. The lowest low that we've printed on Bitcoin's dominance was about 35.31 during the 2017 and 2018 bull market. Now, a lot of people, including myself, are saying that Bitcoin's dominance could drop drastically down into even the 20s. And I do think that we can. I think that we could print lower lows even from back here. And that would put us back into around the mid 20s to even lower. Now, in terms of dominance dropping on Bitcoin, that means that a lot more buy-in pressure is on other altcoins. I do think that Ethereum could really grasp up some of this dominance, as we do see other altcoins that had massive amounts of dominance as well. But if Ethereum, for example, is going to rally past this $4,650 mark and get even up to 10K, because we also have to remember to get to that 10K zone from our lows back in March, to get to 10K, it is about a 16,739% of an increase in price. That is significant. Now, I do know a lot of people are saying that we're going to rally to even astronomical heights, like 100K plus, whatever the case may be. I don't think that's the case. I don't think Ethereum's making it to 100K anytime soon, if anything, right? And I think 10K is a good price point for it. I think that we could get there. But we also have to look at Bitcoin too, because, my personal topping point for Bitcoin is around this 75 to 85K zone here. And I do think that that's realistic. I think that's very realistic, especially considering the fact that Bitcoin has been showing some max strength for the most part here, but now we are basically at max weakness. So it's hard to build back all the way up to 100K plus, where a lot of people are saying that it's going to top out at. We see people saying that it's going to 160K plus. Even here, right? We do see Bitcoin is going to trade at 160K this year, says Celsius CEO. I honestly don't see it. I really don't see 160K. I don't even see 100K. But even if we look over here, right, we do see Ethereum versus Bitcoin, apples and oranges. And it is, right? They're even saying the flippening narrative, or the possibility of Ethereum's market cap surpassing Bitcoin's, misses that both assets will likely attain store of value status for different reasons. It's apples and oranges. The core Bitcoin thesis revolves around it becoming digital gold, which I've mentioned multiple times. Yeah, I do think that it could become digital gold. I think that it holds that sort of value overall. But we do see this thesis remains intact, and Bitcoin has a high probability of taking a large share of gold's current market cap. The core Ethereum thesis revolves around it being a smart contract platform that many Web3 protocols, i.e. DeFi, will be built upon. This thesis is also currently playing out. Now, we did see DeFi make a significant jump in market value. Last May, it was worth $1 billion. This May, it was worth $80 billion. So it is jumping in price and demand. So we could possibly see Ethereum jump in demand overall. We think Ethereum will surpass Bitcoin's market cap, not because it's better, but rather due to its use cases, addressing a larger total addressable market, TAM, than Bitcoin. Bitcoin and Ethereum are set to be store of value digital assets, while Ethereum is likely to surpass Bitcoin's market cap. Bitcoin will have essentially zero future competition, example, gold. Now, when we talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum's price points, I think that Ethereum at some point in time could definitely hit the market cap of Bitcoin. Could it happen this year, though? Hard to tell. I think at 10K, I think 10K is a solid price point for Ethereum overall. I think, like I said, I think 10K is a solid point, and I think 75 to 85K on Bitcoin is also a solid point. I know a lot of people continue to say these astronomical price predictions. Just be cautious on who you are listening to, because a lot of stuff is massive clickbait titles and stuff like that kind of just range you in just for views and monetization. Trust me when I say this, a lot of these price predictions that I'm even saying are just me believing in the fact that we have to come back down to reality and really look at the facts. A lot of weakness is showing throughout the market. And even at $10,000 for Ethereum, we would be at about almost $2 trillion in terms of market cap. Now, on Bitcoin, when we say that it's going to, for example, my target of $75,000, we would be at about 1.5, almost 1.6. At 85K, which would be the topping point, would be about 1.7, almost 1.8 trillion. And I do think that the crypto market cap could hit about $7 to $10 trillion this bull run. But a lot of that money will flow into major alts. besides Ethereum and Bitcoin, of course. Now, we do have this leaked Goldman Sachs prediction gives high chance Ethereum will eclipse Bitcoin. Again, this is the idea that, when we look at Ethereum basically jumping into the #1 spot for dominance, yeah, I mean, it's possible. I definitely do think that at some point in time, Ethereum always outperforms Bitcoin every bull run cycle. So it would make sense if it outperformed it and possibly even flipped it. That would be massively bullish. It would be everywhere. It would flow more money into the market overall. But we even see here, right? Ethereum price prediction: major upgrades could help Ethereum hit 20K by 2025. I do think that 20K by 2025 is realistic. That's the next bull run, basically. And I do believe in that. I think 10K this year is solid, and I think 20K by 2025 is good. I think that's decent. That's not pure hopium. That's not 200K or 500K or whatever. I've been seeing some massive things. But we do see even here, most decentralized finance or DeFi applications are built on Ethereum network, and most non-fungible tokens, NFTs, issued are purchased either or using Ether. The greater number of transactions in Ether, versus Bitcoin reflects this dominance. Over the last 12 months, the Ethereum price has far outpaced the Bitcoin price, with Ethereum adding around 1,000% compared to Bitcoin's 300%, even when the last week's price crash is taken into account. And that is what I'm saying about outperforming it, right? Because even if we go from the low on here, for an example, we do see the low of March 2020. Now, don't mind the graph, as this is from my last video. We do see about 1,000, almost 600% of an increase in price from that low to this topping point. And even if we look back at this, right, we currently already kind of surpassed that by doing a massive 7,758% of an increase in price. So we already outperformed Bitcoin this run, as we always do, but I think that we're going to even outrun it even more, especially considering the fact that even if we go to 10K, right, again, 16,800% of an increase in price, and say for so, even if we go to 100K, right, it's only a 2,500% of an increase in price. So Ethereum will outperform it. Will it flip it? That's the big question here. And I do think that it has the power to flip it, especially when, Ethereum is being utilized more. We also see, it does have more use case value than Bitcoin. And I already talked to you guys about a utility run happening most likely this year. That will drive the price of Ethereum up significantly as well. And I just don't think that 160K for Bitcoin is logical. I think 75 to 85K, as printed on this graph here, is a solid pinpoint for Bitcoin. But let me know what you guys' ideas down in the comments are. I definitely do think that Ethereum has the power to flip Bitcoin into the #1 spot. Let me know what you guys say. I'd love to hear it. But as always, if you guys do want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. You guys could also join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.